Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. I have my co-host with me this morning. Good morning, Fatima.
Good morning, Summayya. I was telling you to, kind of introduce me as a guest, not an uncle, so I can tease you.
No, you cannot be a guest.
I would love to be a guest someday. So I'll sit down here and you ask me questions, put me on that hot seat. It was actually nice seeing you, take the headlines. And the Onyeka Oweno story actually caught my attention, which means, domestic violence is not just about the common people that we don't get to see. At least we know that even celebrities go through that, which we have seen a lot of, celebrities coming out to voice that they have actually been a victim, and also it's sad.
It is.
Yeah, so it's the phone line segment, like Summayya said, is our favorite actually. And today we want to look at how important is family time to you. We all know that family time is very, very, very important, especially when you are going through something. So family plays a crucial role and irreplaceable role in shaping our identity. They expose us to traditions, values, and beliefs that can provide a nurturing environment or personal growth and development. Definitely you agree with me on that. When you have families that are always trying to push you to become something that you want to do, they are always there to wipe your tears, tell you everything is going to be okay. These are the kind of things that we are talking about. So it helps you to grow because you're mentally okay and you have families that are supportive. Family can instill a sense of belonging and identity through love, support, and guidance. See, that's exactly what I just said. And by prioritizing family time, you can strengthen family bonds, promote emotional intelligence, create a supportive environment that extends beyond just the home. So you can have a place where you can say, whenever you're down, you just want to go home because your families are there. You can't wait to go back home and share your plights or your worries, maybe something you saw and stuff like that. So family is where home is. Summayya, what do you think?
Indeed. Family is definitely where home is. I have seen us progress in Nigeria culture because while growing up, we've seen our comedians make jokes about this situation and say the only time I go out with my father and my mother is going to a burial.
Exactly. Well, at least there's an activity.
Should I keep quiet?
We know that for some people, this is an experience that they've never, been a part of. Maybe because of the kind of family they grew up in. Their families may be strict and what have you. But then, I don't know. It has a way of, making you feel loved and wanted because your families are always there. Yeah, you can be strict at times, but then maybe it shouldn't be too much like that. But then we want to know what family time means to you and how important it is to you. Maybe you can get to call us and share your experiences and what you think people can do. Because I actually grew up with my at a time we get to eat in the dining, where the dining time we all know that this is a dinner time. And then everyone gets to sit on the dining. But at a time, we're like, oh no, we don't want this anymore. Put everything in a big bowl and let's all sit and eat.
And it used to be our culture.
On everything, So
it used to be a culture, but then modernization took it away and brought the dining table situation. And then sometimes life gets really difficult. Mom is going to work, dad is going to work. So there's little of that space. But giving kudos to Nigerians, saying we have come a long way when it comes to family time. Now you go, to parks and you see
weekends like today, Saturdays, you could go to
and you see a dad and mom with their kids,
going out, having picnics here and there, friends trying to catch up, young people trying to come together maybe after graduation, a lot of things happening. I mean, look at the picture that we're just talking about.
Beautiful one.
You always see families. I've seen a picture when I was speaking this where a family, every one of them is holding a phone. The mom is on her laptop, but at least they were all sitting on one
way or another,
and they are
you're
looking at
to
what they are doing, exactly. And mothers are always there to, teach their children. That bond is what we are talking about.
Indeed.
Build the bond that your children will grow up to say, my mom was a part of my life, my dad was a part of my life. I mean, I remember, I think the last time, I can't remember when we had something that has to do with, I think when we talked about how parents talk to their children, when some callers called and they're like, I get to spend time with my children. On weekends, it's a no. I don't sacrifice that. I put on my phone off, and it's just my family and my kids. I take them to maybe get ice creams, go to some games, take them to
just outdoor, outdoor activities.
Something that will be refreshing.
Indeed, it's like they say, it's always good to change environment. So having someone, even us as adults, when we are always closed in one spot, you tend to lose inspiration. But then when you're going out, it's like a wake-up call to, there's a beautiful thing out there. That there's a lot of things. You get to meet people, you get to relax just by sitting outdoors. So yeah, we want to hear from you. How important is family time to you? How much are you putting effort into making sure that family time works out for you and supporting your family? Because one way or another, we know how family time tend to shape people, and our society at this point really needs that. Let's pick our first call. Good morning. Good morning. Please turn down the volume of your TV.
Morning. Yeah, I've done that already.
Okay. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Good morning, Summayya. I'm Ibrahim Pocho, calling from Kebbi State.
Ibrahim from Kebbi. It's good to hear from you. So, Ibrahim, what is family time to you? How important is it to you?
Well, honestly, my family are much important to me because I do make sure that I have a time created that I will attend to them, like weekends like this, as I speak with you. I am set to, we are together as we are discussing. You're discussing on TV. We are watching you people. We are together, trying to take our breakfast, and then later around 2 we are going to go to where they are going to play around. In fact, that is a lovely topic, and I used to take them around, have time with them, interact with them, and need to hear from them what are their needs and what they want to become in future. Like the kids, they say, okay, Daddy, maybe I want to become like this, I want to do that. All of that, you take it into cognizance because the way they speak and they meant it from their heart, because that is their zeal. So I do, admire that, and I take it so serious in my life that this is how I want it to be.
That is really beautiful and really impressive, Ibrahim. You just talking about the relationship with your family makes me smile. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
Oh yes, thank you.
I appreciate that. Regards to your family.
Okay, then you too.
I mean, it's really beautiful how people tend to know, the importance of family time, and whether you like it or not. Even if in that gathering there's a bit of banter and all of that, Fatima, it ends up getting you people to just communicate with each other. And if there is one thing that we keep saying, I know in African culture we say, don't say your secret outside, outside the house. But then if inside the house you don't get that acceptance and that support, then definitely you'd have to take it outside, because we know human beings are meant to portray their emotion one way or another. But when you have family that just sits down and then you ask questions, so like Ibrahim said, he asked, what do you want to be in future, and all of that, that would bring him and his children super close, to the parents, to a point that if there is any concern, they can voice out their concerns.
I mean, that was exactly what I was saying. You get to build that bond that, you get to be in your children's life. At least they will grow up knowing that, my dad creates time for us and all that. It's lovely when you see that happening. And we would like to, push it out there for people to create more time to be with their families.
I think we have a call. Let's
pick this call. Hello, good morning.
All right, we lost that call. Please go ahead, call us. Let's hear your take, or send us messages via the first number. Let's hear your take on this. How important is family time to you? It is really important and crucial that we get to understand the value family tends to add. Like they say, charity begins at home. So what is that value that you're imputing in your child? How appreciative are your kids to you when it comes to family time? We know based on time and hustles, we have a bit of, constraint of time. But then, are you creating that time? Let's pick this call. Good morning. Good morning. Are you with us? Please turn down the volume of your TV. Okay, I think the caller is not aware that we picked their call. Please, if you're calling us and the moment your phone starts ringing, put the phone on your ear. That way, if we're talking to you, you would get to know that it's you we're talking to. But when you pick it up, put it on speaker, you might not really know. Please do stay away from your TV as you're calling. Send us your WhatsApp message, because these two lines might be, the network traffic might be really congested. So you can go ahead and send a WhatsApp message. Do not forget to include your name and where you're calling from. How important is family time to you? Good morning. Good morning. Do we still have the caller on the line? Are you with us? All right, I think we lost that call. Please go ahead, call us. Let's hear your take on this matter. It's really a crucial and irrepressible role. We've seen how a lot of children grow in a negative light because of lack of or presence of a parent or even both parents in their life. So how important is family time to you? Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from. Are you with us? All right, please go ahead, call us back. Let's hear your take on this today's topic. For the first time, or after the first day of August, we're a bit chill and relaxed. And
yeah, because even though today they take it back, I think that's the take it back movement are still coming out to kind of
talk about the thing. Yeah. So, let's pause. I think we have a call.
We have another caller.
Good morning. Is the caller still on the line?
I think we've lost the call.
All right, go ahead, call us. Let's hear your take on this.
And then send us WhatsApp messages as well. If you can't reach us on any of the numbers, send us a WhatsApp message on the first number that is showing on your screen. And Summayya, I was telling you about the people coming out to
they take us back.
And I'm hoping that our reporter Sagir Ibrahim will be on the field much later. He could join us to just tell us what's happening. I'm sure we'll be waiting to hear from him. But then, coming back to the family time, which I'm seeing some messages coming in, is actually very important. I don't know. I kind of grew up in a home where my dad get to spend more time with us than my mother and other mothers that I've seen, because my mom is
super
also
busy.
Super busy, and I grew up having this as daddy's girl kind of bond.
But do you see the importance of at least having one parent?
Well, I mean, both of them have been.
Yeah, that is like a coordination. When if the mother is busy,
then the father is there. When the mother is busy, is around, the father is busy. But then they all get to go out at different times. Well, I actually sort of wait for my dad to come back before I eat most times, so I get to eat with him and stuff. So that bond is there. It's lovely when you see daddies taking care of their girls and the mothers with their boys, and then you see the children growing up to have this beautiful background and discipline, and you'll be like, oh yeah, parents have been in this person's life. But then when you are neglected, and then you get to see some wayward, some behaviors on the street, and unnecessary anger, violence, and all that. We just hope that, I think we have another caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. I don't know if it's the network, but please go ahead, keep trying. Let's hear from you on this matter. Importance of family and family time and spending time with family. It's really.
Well, last year, I know you to be. I was thinking about this, and I said I was going to say it, and it just keep. I know you to always go check on your mom. Go to your in-laws and all that.
Yeah.
But when last, did you get to hang out with your families? When last did you do that? Don't tell me during Ramadan that you all could get to eat.
It was Eid last time, because everyone is at school now. But then during Eid, we went out with mom. Dad was not around, but then we went out with mom around, and it was lovely. It's really amazing. Eid, we spent time with my own side of the family, went and spent time with my husband's side of the family. It is really important. It is that time where everybody has to come back home. That's that time where everybody is on holiday.
That's the time
everybody is on holiday.
Reunite with your family.
So you catch up and ask questions. Yeah. So what's up with you? What have you been up to?
Where have you been? Oh, you're looking chubby. Oh, yeah. You're looking cute. Like, these are the kind of things.
But I love family time. For me, honestly, I love it. It's just a time where you would realize that you've missed out on a family member's life and progress or lack of it. But sometimes someone would be in a very tight space, and we've made it in our family that we are super close, that we share our worries and concerns and fix our solutions ourselves. So if we're at different level, we don't talk as much as it needs to. But when it's family time, it just brings us more closer and reminds us that, oh, I got you.
I mean, you know, sometimes even friends turn out to be families. You just build this bond. We've seen our families building relationships with their friends that they've not, naturally become families. That you just see them calling themselves sisters.
Indeed.
And they fall back to each other. They cry on each other. They become the shoulders.
It's like therapy. You already have counselors.
Yes. I mean, you have been there as well, because I can always call you, except in the middle of the night, not to vent. Sometimes you could just be maybe feeling blue, like sad. And you just need someone to talk to.
Exactly.
And when you always have people that are willing to listen, you always think about them.
Yeah.
They just hear you maybe cry. They say, oh no, cry.
Yeah.
I will stop you from crying. What? For once you come to me, you're crying. Yeah. I'll watch you cry.
Yeah. All right. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Oh. My name is Adi. I'm calling from London. This is the third time I'm calling because you're not hearing me.
Apologies, Adi. It's good to hear from you.
I'm enjoying your weekend. You guys are enjoying your weekend there. I'm happy to see you.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
We're happy to hear from you.
Regarding families are very, very important, because when whatever happens outside there, and anybody distracted you or whatever problem you have, your first contact is your family. No matter good or bad, they will rally around you. And that's why I feel for people who are just lonely, who have no one. You understand? There are many people like that. Families are very important to talk to. In UK, when it's coming towards Christmas, there are older people who live alone. Nobody to talk to them. So people will organize charities. They will be calling them on phone, chatting with them, so that they can enjoy the Christmas and not be lonely. Just to see somebody to talk to. And some of them will even get a tenant. They don't need money, or they just get somebody at home to be living there and just to see somebody to talk to. So family are very, very important. But in Africa, we are very lucky. Every time they are always around. So not like in diaspora. So that's why Africans, God bless Africa. You understand? So family is everything. You understand? So I love this topic you are doing. And I wish you a good family as well.
Thank you so much.
God bless
Amen.
Enjoy your weekend.
You
Thank
too,
you so
Ade.
much.
Thank you so much. I always love it when Ade say God bless Nigeria. I mean,
always.
it is really crucial.
It's becoming his signature, which is actually good.
It's beautiful, and we hope people emulate that. Every each conversation, you pray for the
people
country.
Saying God bless Nigeria regardless. So
yes, we know the power of the tongue, and we hope our country gets blessed by God.
Yes.
But then Ade made mention of difference between African and the Western world. Yes, especially the Europeans. What they do is, because of life and all that, there's a lot of distance between families, and it's always around December period, which is the Christmas period. That
Nigerians living in diaspora, you mean coming back home to spend Christmas with their families. I mean, even though some of them that I know are actually running away from the season for them at that place, around the December period is usually very cold in the United States, and a lot of people tend to come back. Because I can remember my family actually, sometimes when you go there and you're not used to the kind of cold that is coming from there,
you have to come back.
It's always a no-no. I remember wearing lots of jackets. Like, and my mom also at the time, like, because of the cold weather and stuff. So some of them maybe may not want to
So
come
are you
back.
saying that they don't come back? They come back only because of the cold? No, I just believe Africans
have to come back.
Yeah, for us, yeah.
I mean,
we value family much more than the Europeans. That is the truth.
You think so?
Yes, absolutely.
But they get to spend more time with their families than we do.
No, they don't. Not as much as we do.
Okay, now this is going to be an argument.
Not as much as we do. First of all, there's a lot of, for us, I will even say, people have even gotten entitled because of how our family relations is, where someone would say, okay, my dad is not alive, but my uncle is not taking care of me. It's because of how we were led to brought up, how we grew up. Nigeria is known, or Africans are known for a person, a tree would shoulder the responsibility of a lot, extended family. But when you look at, the Europeans compared to Africans, you realize that there is not as attached as what Africans, and that is, I think that was what Ade pointed out as well.
Yeah, like we have some similarities with some culture. Like I always fall back to the Indians and the Hausas, or should I say from the north. We always have similar culture that you see. Like, for example, you're married, you could get to stay with your family, for your husband's
family. And we used to do that,
house,
especially in the northern part of the country.
That also builds a bond where even if you have children, the mother is there. You don't have to go far because you all are living in the same house. Just maybe you have your own apartment or your own room separately and all. But then at least you get someone that would instill values on your kids. Learn things from these older people that you're living with. And then when they are gone, you tend to value and cherish the moment and the memories that you've spent with them. So definitely family time. It's very important to me in person, because it's sad, sometimes when you don't get to hear from your loved ones, and then it takes time, you don't know where they are, because you have large family.
Yes.
Some you even pass on the road.
You're not aware of. Truly. I mean, each time my mom sees me, she's like, "Oh, that's your cousin." I'm like, "How many? How many more?" Am I not aware of?
Exactly.
but we've seen, because of that, I've seen even Nigerians come where if we have once lived in the same area, then we form a group and we get to see each other once a month. I've seen people do that. If you're from this clan, you form a group, and then after each month there's WhatsApp group. It's all part of the family time.
We actually when you said WhatsApp group, we forgot to mention that. I mean, we have WhatsApp group with the family, but only the young ones. No, we did not bring our parents into.
But it's because the young ones can plan, if at all, the one gathering.
We tend to gossip.
Oh my God!
Family.
that's a way of doing the family time.
It's just fun, when something happens that you don't get to see. There are some information that you actually get to find out from the family group, the groups that you're in with families. So you could have the girls separate, you could have the boys separate, you could have everyone together and all that. I have crazy family now. I've seen some blocking their parents from viewing their status just because of the things that they like to post before they say, "Why are you posting this?"
I mean, it brings bonds. It makes you close to your cousins and all of that. Please go ahead, call us. Let's hear your take on the family time, and also send messages. If we're ready, we can start picking a few messages. Of course, our director, give us a heads up when we're ready to pick out some of the messages to read.
Because there are a lot of messages.
Messages are coming in already. Could be the network has been a bit, congested. Hence the reason why people are opting for message. But either way, we will connect with you. We'll read out your messages on this matter. But at the end of the day, family time is something that. Typical example of how I view family time is what happened in this and hunger protest that happened from last week, which started with the situation of people being peaceful, people who are already coordinated, thought this is the right way for us to portray our emotions to our government. But then there were other people that decided to just take off. Now, sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes family even try, but then people choose their path in life. But imagine if you sit down with someone who had family love, someone who got a lot of support, someone who got a lot of knowledge and insight on how to navigate their life or their way through life from families, than to the other person who did not really get much. You know, things like that tend to bring, you can literally see the difference of someone who grew up in love and support and got family time from somebody who did not.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying, that you could see from the discipline, you know, of the person. And that's what, you know, I'm reading some of the messages, which definitely when it's time we'll get to pick them, and I know that a lot of people are going to learn something from it. It's the discipline that you will get to see, and the approach people tend to, you know, use to talk to you as a person when they meet you. I mean, yesterday I had this a little bit scenario with my younger brother when he called to say, and he didn't greet me. I was like, when did you lose your manners? You don't greet anyone.
Elder sister in motion.
Elder sister in motion.
All right, let's pick this call. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Yeah, Summayya, I'm still Ibrahim, calling from Kebbi State.
Oh, okay, Ibrahim. Go ahead.
Sorry, you know, when we are talking about family, there are so much to discuss about family. And after the positive side of the family, there is still a negative side of the family. I mean, those that do not have time for their families at all, give the children proper attention and hear from the kids what they need, and even the mind. Visiting the relatives from the farm, from the wife, and that's all. So, you know, some families are not good at that. So they don't have time to, you know, attend to all of those. And that leads to the issue of upbringing children, whereby you see children that they don't have the time for their parents because the parents do not have their time. They will go and hang out with other people that will give them negative impact in their life. And so they will agree with that. Because of that, they will not transfer the attitude to your neighbor. Those that are trying to raise their children properly by giving them full attention, because of bluntness of the other families, they will infect those ones because of their bad upbringing. So as a family, we family men, we need to make sure that our families are well taken care of. We have their time to discuss things with them, and then we try to, you know, put them close to us, telling the implications that they are to do, which is going to affect a future badly. So once we give them such a time, I believe we are going to have a better society.
Indeed. He just finished it all. Thank you so much, Ibrahim.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim, for calling us again. I think it's the second time he's calling, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, exactly the point, you know.
Better society.
Yes, you know, and he made mention of when the family, exactly what I said. So you see, I've seen children, you know, going to their neighbors because the fathers or that family is welcoming, and maybe his family is always fighting, always maybe the father beating mother, and they're tired of seeing that, and then they see that their neighbors actually happy, no domestic violence, no this, and they want to always be there, and then you see the mother always beating, stay in your house and stuff like that. But then they are forgetting that they have to change their mentality. There are certain things that you don't get to do in front of your children because they will grow up to see those things as normal things that they can actually do. I think we have a caller, if I'm not mistaken. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Do we have the caller?
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm Suleiman Chiraba.
Suleiman?
From where?
The University in Kari, Taraba State.
From Auchi?
Federal University of Kari in Taraba State.
Oh, okay. All right, Suleiman from Taraba. Thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead. How important is family time to you?
It is indeed very, very important that families or parents give that time to their children, relations, to ensure that that is the best way to know their problem. And you should be able to know how to solve them. That is how you observe children's relations on the house of they are, how they bring their friends, who are those friends, and you should be able to take care of that. It's only when you give your time to the relations that you should be able to know the areas gifted for what they perform, where they perform better in schools, and the subject they will be best in, so you should be able to dictate or help them to support them in the best area they will be best. So it is quite very important as well in the moral perspective. Whereas in most cases where parents have not given children the right time, the right upbringing, the right orientation, you realize that the stubbornness and then what they do and what they involve in themselves in drugs and what have you is a result of that they don't have that time and they are not giving such care. So you find out that in most cases, well-to-do families, their upbringing, if they are not overcome that, their upbringing is far better than the poor ones that go about the streets, they are. So it is always very important, and this is the right way to ensure that we help family and we give them the good orientation and upbringing and love them and think Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for calling and sharing your take. We were gripping to understand because of the network wasn't a bit clear, but then appreciate you for instilling the importance of family time.
So we have a message. This is coming from Rabiu Abdul Dikanjiba. It's been long. I wanted to say that I've not heard from him, and even our diplomats. It's been a while. His Royal Highness from Niger. Alright, family time is so important because of all the love and support it provides. Being with family helps construct principles and improves overall mental health. Definitely, I agree with you on that. Spending time with family is key to a person's development as it promotes adaptability and resilience. Such key lessons can only be taught by family members coaching each other regarding life's ups and downs. Family is what makes you who we are, definitely. I totally agree with you, and that's a caption that, another caption that caught my attention. Family is who we are.
Yeah.
Makes you who you are.
Indeed. It's a very beautiful one.
I also said family is where home is. So
yeah. I mean, there's this message. I know there won't be any need to post it, but I just have to put it out there. It made me crack. Someone said, family is everything. Family comes first. But then he went down and said, you talk too fast. Slow down.
Yeah, it was actually when you were talking, it came in.
Slow down.
I saw it actually, and I laughed, and you were still talking. Yeah. But then
I'm sorry. Sometimes when I'm really deep into something, my brain is on
you want to make a point.
I want to be quick so that I don't miss out.
Yeah,
but
so
apologies for that one. There has to be just so you know. Yeah. I take your words seriously, and I had to put it out there.
I saw you laughing, and I knew that was the message that you read, and I actually didn't want to I didn't want you to see that, even though
there's absolutely nothing. We have to have
sometimes you can't help, but there are times you take to speak slow, but there are times that you don't, because you don't want to forget what you want to say, and then you speed up. You won't even know, subconsciously that happens.
But apologies, the viewers are always right, so I would go slower.
So maybe we can take some more
messages. I think we have more messages. A lot of messages. About time for wrapping up. But then we go through, we might not really post messages due to time, and we're trying to cover as much as we can because messages keep coming, popping up. This one says, good morning, Trust TV, Summayya and Fatima. I wish you people a happy weekend. Thank you so much. This message is from Mukhtar Caesar from Jos. Hi, Mukhtar. Hope you're good. He said, my family are my pride because I love to be with my lovely wife and our children. Whenever I am far away from home, it really makes him sad. Oh, our heart goes to you, Mukhtar. But yes, indeed, distance just makes you miss, what you have, and we wish your family a great life and happiness. Another message, even though the person did not include his name or where he's sending a message from, he said, good morning. So you as a female Muslim northerner and with good education background, eloquent in expression, indicates you are given the love, support, and time required that gave you such opportunity. So we need you to express such benefits to parents here in the North and how important it is to give more family time. I appreciate that message, truly, but I think that's what we have been doing, with Fatima, bringing examples of how much family time have impacted in our lives, and how much
what we feel people can actually do, how you can cut down on your schedule. Just dedicate maybe your weekend, Saturdays, Sundays, or you just dedicate Saturdays to be that family time that you cannot sacrifice or compromise for anything, even if you're going to be called to say, oh yeah, we need you very urgently, as far as it's not as urgent and important than your family. Now that's where you can say, okay, I have to go. But then family should be able to have your time, especially fathers that we know they are always out there trying to make ends meet.
And we know how
from the
children tend to be sometimes disconnected with the father because of how busy life is.
Yes, and then we've seen fathers that take their kids to their workspace so they can learn from them, especially for those that go to the market and stuff like that. So do a lot of, we're not saying don't teach them, but create time where you get to know them and understand how they behave, their mental stage, if something is missing, exactly. So
and speaking of family time, it must not really be going out, because we all know the economy and all of that. Sometimes you can remove, if you have a center table.
You remember when we brought the tabletop game guy, and I asked him if there are games that families can be done at home, so it can build more bonds. So these are the kind of things that we are always, saying out there that you can actually pick to see that you create.
You could remove the center table in your living room
and just create a game.
Put a mat or a carpet, and it will be a picnic.
Yeah, so let's just take this message because it also came a bit earlier. We may not be able to take all your messages because we have to move on to the next segment. He said, good morning. On how important is family time to me? Family time is everything to me. It's time to reconnect with loved ones, create lasting memories, and strengthen bonds. In today's busy world, it's easy to get caught up in work, school, and other obligations, but family time reminds us what's truly important. It's a time to put away distractions, be present, and show love and appreciation for one another. Whether it is a family dinner, game night, you see, we just mentioned that, and that was why I was, trying to read that, or just a quiet evening together. Family time is essential for building strong relationships and a sense of belonging. It's a time to laugh, cry, and make memories that will last a lifetime. So it's a priority to prioritize family and make it a non-negotiable part of your lives. I just said that,
Indeed.
This is coming from Abdul Karim Hamza from Bauchi State. Thank you so much, Abdul Karim, for that message. And I just had to take it because he said
non-negotiable. It is non-negotiable.
Like I said, except it's really, really important, an emergency that you can make that sacrifice to say, okay, I have to go, but your family time, put off your phone if it means because you don't have any engagement in your family.
Just create a time outside the box. We're not saying
if you go to work 5 times in a week, Mondays to Fridays, Saturdays should just be in your to-do list, your calendar. Put family there in a bold way that you can put it on your work table, so people will know that Saturday is his family time. I don't think if you call Abdul Karim, he can make sacrifice, for anybody. Okay, so this is coming from Glorious Abakaliki from Abakaliki, Ebonyi State. He said, family time is essential to me for one, strengthening bonds and connections, promoting communication and understanding, supporting emotional well-being and mental health, encouraging teamwork and collaboration, creating traditions and lasting memories, fostering personal growth and development, providing a sense of belonging and security, resolving conflicts and building resilience. Yes, like this is exactly the tip that the last message you read, Summayya, when he was asking us to do more, especially with the northerners and all. So these are the tips that you can take and build a very strong bond with your family. Regular family time helps me build a strong, loving and supportive family, unite leading to a happier and healthier life. Definitely.
If you have a supportive Chukudi and Nazodo.
Chukudi.
And Nazodo.
Yes.
I just had to call
Yes.
the surname. It's really amazing. Thank you so much, Chukudi, for that message.
Thank you so much. I think
appreciate
this is,
you.
yes.
Yeah,
this is
I
the
mean,
much.
Apologies for anyone who we did not really go through your message. We saw your message. We saw your message. JJ Abdullah Malumfashi from Katsina. Thank you so much for sending in your message and your thoughts. Also, I think we have Joseph. Appreciate you also for sending in your messages. With that, of course, we will have to wrap up this segment. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it will be time for us to have a discussion. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.